Happy almost Halloween, everybody, and welcome to the October 2016 SpudShot. SpudShots are monthly one-shot campaigns with patrons and friends. Joining us this month is Oblivious.
Yo.
Space Jawa. Space Jawa.
I said hello. All right, am I not?
Yeah, okay, we got you that time. Azure Nordhoff.
Hello.
Nordhoff.
Yeah.
I never know how to pronounce it just looking at it. Digo Dragon.
It's German.
Yo, what's up?
Zenkarn.
No.
Well, fine, not Zenkarn then.
Hi.
You forgot the full title, Spud.
I can't remember the whole thing and say it every single month. And Master Weaver.
Teller of tales, bard of awesomeness, general, all-around nice guy.
This isn't your dating profile.
What makes you think I'd go dating anyway? You humans are weird.
Get out of my
Wow,
head,
you have cranked up the loony to 10 for this, haven't you? Like 2 minutes ago, we were just having a normal conversation about tech difficulties, and then, whoops, it's wacky time.
Oh, well, you know, I haven't been. I've been staying up late so I can finish writing this thing that I finally got out.
Anyway, let's get on to the topic at hand. Without further ado, this is Fallout is Dragons, The Hills Have AIs. It's been 2 days since the Steel Ranger AI monitor was sent out to be delivered to Stable 998 in the Dragon's Maw, but never arrived. We now know that monitor was hijacked with some kind of advanced teleportation device. Shortly after, Stable 998 went into full lockdown and is still in lockdown now. Dr. Javolt, working furiously for the past 2 days with a small army of tech heads, has tracked Monitor's location to a set of coordinates in the radioactive Appleloosan Hills, northwest of the Dragon's Maw. With rumors of strange pony-shaped robots and post-Unity alicorns circulating throughout the draconic Badlands, the forces of the Maw are spread thin, keeping the peace. In all this chaos, 5 volunteers from the flying cloudship city Skyfall have stepped forward, pledging to brave the highly radioactive hills and get Monitor back before whoever tried to steal her makes another attempt. So, our session begins with Javolt, who has hijacked one of the conference rooms of the ship to kind of hold your mission briefing. You've got maps and charts and whatnot of the area of the Appleloosan Hills. And seated in front of you at this long table are 5 Skyfall residents who volunteered for this mission. One of them is an Applejack's Ranger Scout, the fully cybernetic Applejack's Ranger Scout named Trip, played by Oblivious.
That's me.
Are we just going around introducing, or do you want us to?
If you want to banter a bit with that character, that's totally fine.
And Trip is standing there very, very visibly. I guess the best word, the word to say is he's quaking somewhat a bit while standing there.
Quaking?
Yeah, legs shaking.
Have you got your cybernetics adjusted properly? I know how difficult it can be, but you seem to be having some vibration problems there.
And Trip finally fixates on Javolt as like, sorry, it's all I can do to keep from thinking about the fact that I'm on a sky ship.
Likes having his hooves on the ground. All right.
Don't worry, you're perfectly safe in here. Now, if the skyship bridge breaks down, or if you go outside, there might be some issues.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me of the thought that I'm trying to avoid.
Do you know, there was this one time I rode in a chariot that was flying, and the pilot was a minotaur. A flying minotaur. I'm sorry, that's completely off topic.
It's a crowning achievement of the campaign right there. This parade.
My point is, this is not nearly as could. It'll probably get worse, though.
And you hear a small clicking sound. He's like, "I'm sorry, what did you say?"
All right. So next, there's this sort of kind of dour-looking love cat of all things, who moved from Stable 998 to Skyfall. goes by the name of Cupcake.
Cupcake has brought a plate of love cookies that he has placed on the table.
Oh, yes. You.
Cupcake gives a solid, big nod yes.
You still haven't learned how to speak equestrian, have you?
Cupcake just stares at him.
Well, I suppose every party member is useful. I mean, I know... Hold on. I have my notes here somewhere. Javolt goes through his notes. Ah, yes! You... No... here we go! Yes, every party member is useful. Well, I remember... No, this is the encouraging speech. We're for the outline speech. Did somebody get my notes scrambled up again?
I have to ask Jawa, are you really going with your character is mute?
Well, I was under the impression that the Love Cats typically communicated through writing on signboards.
Yep. I just was wondering if you're going to kind of stick to that.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely okay with it.
Yes, I'm sticking to that.
I'm just going to use Javolt mixed up his notes as an excuse to figure out what to say.
Well, let's go move on down the line then. Also in the room there is this stable tech pony droid going by the designation David, or Dedicated Advanced Virtual Intelligence Droid.
Hello, I am David. It is good to meet you.
Yes, sure. Wait, hold on. Javolt peers at David.
Yes?
I see. You... No, wait. I'm sorry. I am just so out of it right now. I'm very worried about this. Actually, you all know who I am, right?
Cake will give a few nods yes.
and Trip will nod very unceremoniously.
And you do know who we're going to, who we're planning to rescue, right?
Yes.
And you do know why I'm here then?
I would assume that you are here to make sure everything goes well.
Cupcake will waddle over to Javolt and give him a few pats on the leg.
Oh, yes. Thank you. See, we have you.
Then there's a veteran wastelander-looking pony, one Dr. Vardo Doc Wagon, who is a surgeon on board the ship, father of two as well.
I just got the joke.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, yes. You. Have we met?
I think I would remember someone as vocal as you are. I don't think we have.
Shame. I'm always up to talk about science of any kind, and medicine is a type of science.
Well, that is certainly true. So tell me, what kind of science is it that you specialize in?
Science, of course! Well, to be honest, mostly cybernetics, technology, and proper application arcane technology to multiple species. I mean, unicorns, horns, that's too easy. I mean, no offense, of course.
No, that's fine.
You should be proud of the horns, but you should also not be dismissive of... It shouldn't be exclusive, is what I'm saying.
That's fine. I'm perfectly happy being an earth pony.
Oh! Wow, okay, my goggles must be out of whack here. I'm terribly sorry about that. Javolt pops his goggles out of his eyes and starts cleaning them.
It's alright.
And
When was the last time you had maintenance on those things?
2 days ago, I think. No, it was 3 days ago. 2 days ago was the explosion.
Right.
And finally, watching all this insanity is a wasteland male mare with a bloat sprite pet hovering over the table. Their names respectively Daily Route and Bolt.
If you boys are all done, can we get to the point where, we actually get to this job we've got to do? I'd like to get paid and go home.
Right. The job. So, the job.
Yeah?
Do you want me to help fill in any details, Weaver?
Honestly, I was just waiting to see how long he would stumble.
Javolt here, and it's a little more difficult than it sounds.
Getting into character.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you all know, we are not the only intelligence in this wasteland. By we, I mean organic intelligences. In fact, there are a few inorganic intelligences at this very table. I assume.
Well, one.
You are inorganic, right?
Like the
That is
robot,
correct.
right?
Yes, well, my point is, certain people have an exploitive mindset toward intelligences that are constructed because of this idea of payback and service, and it's all complicated sociology. The point is, I'm not one of those people. I prefer to view constructed intelligences as equal as organic to organic intelligences. They are all people. One of them was kidnapped. One of them which I have a very personal connection to. I'm not sure whether or not we have a father-daughter relationship. I think I'm more of the delivery person, midwife than.
I think the most polite way to put it would be uncle niece.
Cupcake gives a light pull on Javolt and does a little speed up thing with his fingers.
Javolt completely misinterprets the gesture. Yes, her name is Monica. Very dear. She's actually quite a nice girl when you get to know her, even though she's a little quirky. I mean, well.
Cupcake taps on his wrist, like indicating to a watch.
Javolt looks at his cybernetic arm. What is my arm glitched up or something?
Something.
I'll check that later.
Can the rest of us see these motions?
Oh yeah, this is in full view of everybody.
Cool. In which case, Daly is going to yell out, being the smart ass she is. He means go faster, jackass.
Trip taps his arm and it plays a sound clip. Get on with it.
Well delivered, Daly.
Thank you.
That was funny.
Okay.
The mailman.
Was that in character? Did David say that totally dryly?
I hope so.
I don't know. Sure.
Either way.
Rolls his eyes
Puns
and
are
says,
great.
Yes, I ramble. Get used to it. The point is, she's been kidnapped. We need to rescue her. Here are the details. He throws the details onto the table. Bam.
The details as they appear in these documents, I guess, that Javolt has thrown onto the table is that they've tracked the transponder signal that went out. That are you going to stop laughing or okay?
Sorry.
They tracked the transponder signal that went out to Kidnap Monitor, and the sort of destination coordinates seem to be in the Appleloosan Hills, which are very radioactive, and no one's quite sure what's in that area. But so everyone who doesn't already have some sort of armor or is otherwise vulnerable to radiation will be getting a fitted suit converted from the Enclave armor to help stave off the radiation.
One of the benefits of already being strapped in a suit, I guess.
Yeah. David and Trip don't have to worry about that. And Bolt will be just fine. The bloat sprite.
Sweet.
Bolt eats radiation for breakfast.
Exactly.
I'd like to say that Igor is doing something with Bolt.
The sprite bot and the bloat sprite.
Am I going to have to write another ship fic?
No.
Is this what's gonna happen today?
No. Now, your job.
In there, though, Cupcake tries feeding Bolt a love cookie.
Skyfall.
Yeah, I'd probably eat it. It's a bloat sprite. It'd pretty much eat anything.
I'm sorry. We're doing the tangent thing again.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
I think this is kind of proving that you, Weaver, were basically the source of all the tangents in the campaign. I'm starting to realize this.
Wait, hold on. There is a doubt to that?
I don't know. This is kind of all of them were guilty to a certain extent, but I'm starting to realize that
detail. Let's expand on this detail.
Yeah, Weaver was the most reliable generator of just free time for me.
Natural motion generator.
But there's actually stuff to do in this session, so let's get on with it.
Igor and the bloat sprite, whose name I've forgotten.
Bolt.
Igor and Bolt are chess, I guess.
Playing chess?
No. If Igor's trying to play chess, then Bolt is eating the chess pieces.
You read my mind.
I thought so. Anyway, the plan is that Skyfall will drop you off at the coordinates on the hills where the transponder was assumed to be. If Monitor's there, great. You know, strap her to the loading platform and pull her back up onto the ship. Everything's fine. But since it's been 2 days and someone might have found her by now, you'll be given a beacon that can be used to signal Skyfall, or failing that, a flare gun, which you can use to signal. That beeping's
the truck that's backing up in the background.
That's beeping's coming from my window. Whoopsie.
Just the fire alarm in Skyfall. No big deal.
I'll go get the window.
I thought that was actually outside my house.
Okay, has someone been breaking into my lab again?
Turns out it's Bolt.
Again.
You see,
Bolt is breaking into the lab.
Well, I do like teaching all the younger kids, but sometimes they go off on their own study sessions on their own, and
Got a lab, huh?
I got a couple.
Oh, a couple.
So,
Fancy.
Actually, I tend to just borrow my sister's lab when most of my work is done on the go.
Yeah.
You'll be given a beacon and a flare gun.
Sorry.
And basic. So, yeah. Appleloosan Hills, radiation suits, beacon, flare gun, fine monitor.
I think it can just be assumed that Javolt is going on a tangent, whether he's actually talking in character or not.
Just a complete jabbermouth, yeah.
Works
How
for
many
me.
shots for the flare gun?
You'll be given enough ammo that it won't, matter too much.
All right.
Also, if the flare gun fails, I can also shoot puffs of flame at will.
Well,
I'm not worried too much about it failing.
All right, then. So basically, once you all say you're ready, Chase will direct Skyfall over the coordinates.
I am ready.
Yeah, I ain't getting any younger. Let's get this over with.
Ready to be on the ground.
I've got other deliveries to make this week.
Cupcake just gives an itty bitty thumbs up.
Javolt?
Javolt suddenly realizes everyone is staring at him and says, "Wait, what? We're not having a pre-planning discussion? We're just getting into this?"
I've been doing this for years. It's one of those things that every plan you make in the wasteland is going to last approximately 3 seconds before somebody breaks it.
I agree with that in principle, but generally there's some sort of, it's not just the planning, it's figuring out how each other thinks. I plan. I guess we can plan.
Going to the thing and getting it and leaving. That's the extent of my pre-planning. Anyone else got any better suggestions?
Not really, no.
Sweet. Going to the thing and getting it is our new plan. I love this group.
Javolt is going to mumble something about how the young folk these days just don't respect good planning strategies.
Javolt
like the strategy of planning. Like how you are supposed to plan. He goes on about this for a while he's grumbling and going along with it.
Yeah,
Old man yells at
shaking his hooves at the clouds that are right next to him.
Oh. All right. So you all head towards. Some of you head towards the armory to get fitted with radiation suits. And once you're all ready, as the ship flies outside of the Maw's airspace, you all gather in the loading bay, where the platform that was built a while back in the campaign.
Place where they're firing you at the ground.
Yeah. You all... Basically, there's a loading platform with a mechanical arm that can be deployed and lowered from the ship.
Javolt takes some time to examine the platform and the arm. He's reminiscing pretty clearly.
Just like old times. It's been like a month and a half since the God Executive and whatnot.
I remember building this. And hey, is that a crack?
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
We're all going to die. Fantastic.
We all die at some point.
It's the season for it.
That is true.
And technically, Javolt doesn't die. He goes on to be an immortal AI thing.
What's that? Challenge to change the time stream. Can do.
What are you doing, Snake? You've created a time paradox.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry.
Or it's just an infinite tangent that defies the future. And then when it's over, everyone just snaps back to the present and be like, what in the world was that?
So is that one of Javolt's abilities, Schrodinger's tangent?
Not in canon. All right. So, the ship comes to steady hover. You all load onto the mechanical platform. The loading bay doors hiss open. You all strap in, and you are slowly lowered down into the fog.
How slowly?
Enough that it just feels like you're going down a moderately paced elevator. The hills below you are... There's the sort of the mountains forming the border between the Dragon's Maw and the rest of the wasteland, but the hills are not as steep as the mountains, but still pretty slanted, hilly territory. But most of the hills are covered in fog, and you can't quite see what's down in it. Though you can see you can see a bit of the area beyond the desert, Dodge City.
I'm going to need to clean my goggles again, aren't I?
Sure.
Anything of note you're lowered?
Javolt tries to lead the group in an impromptu elevator musical.
Elevator musical?
Elevator musical.
I don't think anyone follows.
I'm pretty sure the phrase gouge out my own eyes is probably used at some point.
Cupcake joins in as best
I've already gouged out my own eyes. Granted, that was an accident, but...
Anyway. And you manage to... You sink into the fog, which is chilly, but nothing too special, although Geiger counters start clicking. No indication of any harmful exposure, but you're in it now, and the platform comes to a stop a few feet off the ground.
Right. First order of business, determine if the fog is intelligent.
I have a better idea. Trip, can you see through fog with any of that fancy tech you got on you?
Fortunately, no.
Can Cupcake throw a love cookie through the fog?
There's really nothing stopping you.
Yes, Cupcake will throw a love cookie through the fog.
It lands with a plap on the dirt, and that's it. You have thrown a cookie at the ground.
Okay.
I'll send Bolt forward.
It's either ignoring us or asleep. Sorry, I was talking over someone, wasn't I?
No, it's all good.
Can I make a perception check to see if Cupcake notices anything worth noticing around them?
Yeah, you can all make perception checks.
While we're doing that, can I send Bolt out to do some quick scouting?
Certainly.
Cool.
Bolt's just having a time in the fog. Bolt loves it.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Just like old times. Oh, not bad.
All right. Cupcake, Trip, and David. You all notice that near where the platform has stopped, the dry grass and the dirt. It seems like there was a large, sort of box-like mass that had been dropped there. There's a big imprint in the ground, and it looks about the size of how Monitor's hardware would have looked.
Cupcake is going to dash over to it for a closer look.
So you all dismount from the platform?
Yep.
Well, we're gonna have to get off at some point.
Run into that thing too quick.
All right, so you all step off the platform, and it rises back up towards the ship. And so when you need it again, just either strap the beacon to Monitor when you find her, or use the flare.
And when his hooves hit the ground, Trip's like, finally, solid land-ish.
Actually, no land is solid. You see, there's this complex network of underground tunnels and caves and...
Trip interrupts, like, I know. I mean, just on the ground. Thank you.
Do you mean rock or soil?
So, Cupcake and whoever else has gone to investigate the mysterious imprint in the ground. When you get closer, you notice a few other details. That the imprint seems to have this sort of trail to it. Like it was maybe put on a pallet and dragged across the ground.
Is there only one set of tracks, or do the tracks all go one direction?
Cupcake, and only Cupcake can make out... You are echoing just about everything anyone else says, Jawa. You sure you don't have, like, headphones or something? Because I'm pretty sure your microphone's being heard by your speakers.
Did we lose the Javolt?
No, it's...
I mean, I know that I'm joking about Javolt talking a whole lot, but it's kind of important for him to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to...
I'm waiting on
Jawa.
Spud. Yeah.
Headphones on now.
You got your headphones on now? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have headphones on now.
That will help with not echoing.
Yay.
I would like to ask if, now that we're closer to the area, if I can make another perception check.
Certainly. Do you have anything in particular you're looking for?
Not really, just a general checking.
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
And what should I...
Got a 23.
You and Cupcake notice that there also seems to be some hoof prints. It looks like some ponies or equivalents found the thing and might have dragged it off.
Do all the tracks lead in one direction?
There's a bunch that are just sort of all around the imprint, but then they all seem to follow alongside. And even if you left in the trail of the thing, like maybe it was being pushed or supervised as it was being dragged along.
I'm assuming Javolt is still trying to clarify what was his name? What he meant by ground.
Trip.
Oblivious. Trip. That's the name.
Trip has long since stopped worrying about that. I'm actually rolling Arcana to see if there's anything to see if it's just mechanical or if there's something weirdly magic going on with the moving of the thing.
No, you don't detect any latent magic or any trace of magic.
But all the tracks basically lead in one general direction, right?
Yep. There is a trail.
Cupcake is gonna jump up and down and point in the direction the tracks go for everyone to see.
What is it, boy? Has Timmy fallen down the well again?
I was thinking the same damn.
Okay, no, see, that's Timmy is Diamond Dogs. If you go with Love Cats, it's Jennifer.
Is there? Let Azure
that,
speak. Yeah.
Yes, it would appear that there are tracks leading in this direction, and it looks like something large was being dragged.
Cupcake is going to start following the tracks.
Javolt is going to start following Cupcake.
Doc's going to take a look at the tracks. Can I make a general knowledge check to see if I can get an approximate idea of the size of these ponies that made these?
They're all about same size as you.
Okay.
It's not like they're like large alicorn prints or anything.
We're not chasing
these. It definitely looks like they were wearing, like they're not like bare hoof prints. It seems like they might have been wearing shoes or boots or something.
Hey, Doc. You know how long of do you know how old these tracks are?
Not a great tracker, but look.
They're not super fresh is all you can really figure out.
And they've been here a while.
In that case, you've got a lot of running to do to catch up.
Yeah.
In which case, can I roll acrobatics to just leg it and follow the tracks?
I mean, if everyone's gonna try and sprint for it, I can just
scout ahead as well.
But don't scout too far ahead.
Yeah, the fog is like pea soup thick.
Which Cupcake has stopped ahead, turned back to look where everyone else is, and is waving his hands to say, "Come on."
So I don't suppose flying would give any benefits.
Not really.
All right.
Not for the moment, anyway.
Doc will follow along.
All right.
Not built for cross country.
And then Trip finally turns to Volt. To answer your question, scared of heights.
So it's not so much the ground as the inversion. Yeah.
All right here.
Didn't want to leave that thread loose.
All right. So you all follow along the trail, and after a few minutes of steady, careful marching, the dirt hill the dirt ground that this thing was dragged across becomes a ruined concrete road, and there are signs up ahead for something called the Macintosh Hills Community.
Or just that?
That might have got cut off a little bit. What?
Are there any other signs, or was it just that?
On this, there's that sign. It says Macintosh Hills Community Population, and that part of the sign's been like sheared off or blown off or something. And then there's another sign, kind of on the other side of the road, advertising the historic Big Macintosh Memorial.
Should I roll general knowledge for this Big Macintosh character?
Can we roll general knowledge for it?
Yeah, that would be a general knowledge thing.
I got a 19.
Okay. Let's see again.
Well.
Not quite a natural 20, but...
Well, considering your skills are absurd.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a 13.
David rolled an 11.
David is not terribly knowledgeable on pony history.
Yeah.
At least in this subject.
Yeah.
So, Javolt with his 30 freaking 8, he knows pretty darn well the importance of Big Macintosh. He was a rather notable decorated soldier of the war who basically took a bullet for Princess Celestia and became sort of a martyr figure for the rest of the war.
And going on several tangents, I'm sure, during the explanation.
Well, looks at the sign and says, "Yep, it's a famous guy."
It's a famous guy.
Brilliant.
Famous dead guy.
Ah.
Thank you for the clarification.
He did a thing, and then people liked it, even though he died. The thing he did was awesome.
So informative.
The thing was saving Princess Celestia's life, so, you know.
Suppose that's something?
Sorry, what?
Nah, just suppose that's something.
Yes, well, I mean, she died later, I think. Well, if she's not dead, she's not around. Well, she might be alive. I don't know. Alicorns.
Anyway, the trail doesn't extend. It doesn't keep going forward onto the dirt. So, best bet is that whoever took the thing that you're following, they followed the road.
All right, road trip.
Shall we go left or shall we go right?
It's just currently there's just one road.
Yes,
yes, but right on one side the road is sort of cracked, and eventually there's just too much spread out concrete just too many bits to really call it a steady road anymore. But then this is the part that's more solid and extends up the hill.
So can we still see the tracks, or do we need to make another perception check?
Yeah, make one more perception check. There's a reason for this.
I got a 24.
Okay, Javolt's eyes are just glitching out like heck this time.
Yeah.
Must be all this fog or something.
Oh, damn.
Cupcake, Doc, and Trip. You all can sort of see scrape marks in the concrete of the road, leading from where the dirt trail ends and going further up the hill. If you look closely, you can see where the metal or whatever scraped along the concrete, just dug into it just a tiny bit.
Cupcake is going to point far forward in the direction of the tracks.
All right, that's where we go.
Full speed this away.
David will follow.
All right,
Onward.
You all keep on advancing. You find another sign for welcoming to the Macintosh community, but it's been painted over in red with "Beware."
That's not foreboding.
Cupcake's gonna look at it and he's gonna go wide-eyed.
Don't be so melodramatic. It's clearly a shortening of "be aware," and that's good advice in any situation.
I'm going to let you walk first, just in case there's a land. Go right ahead.
You're ridiculous. If there was a landmine...
Can we make a perception check for signs of traps?
As far as traps go, I'll just assume you're all taking 10 all the time. I'm not going to make you roll perception every single square foot.
That would take too long.
Yeah, so...
See, here's the we're talking about will defend themselves, then either defenses will be obvious, sneaky. If obvious, then we should make a big so that they point right at us and we know to turn back. If they're sneaky, it doesn't really matter what we do. So, Mark's no words, song, let's just sing something, and he goes forward. And
he what? Sings?
If he blows up, do I still get paid?
Nope.
Well, reckon we should bring him back in mostly one piece.
Further on down the road, as you keep marching along, Cupcake, you think you hear something like echoing laughter somewhere off in the distance, but it quickly fades away.
Cupcake is going to go over to Zenkarna and pull on his leg.
Or daily route,
I'm
her leg.
that he's there.
What?
Daily route.
Yeah, I look down at Cupcake. I look down at you and I'm like, yeah, what's up?
Or I meant Javolt. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Now she just feels unloved.
Not really.
Okay, I'm sorry. Cupcake is doing what with Javolt?
Pulling on Javolt's leg.
Yes.
Which one?
Just one that will get his attention.
Yes. Oh, I know what you want. And Javolt kicks Cupcake up onto his back. So
Cupcake will jump off Javolt's back and give a no signal with both his arms and his head. He will pull out one of his sign things and write on it, "I heard noises," and hold it up.
Can you describe the noises?
He will write a new thing saying, some kind of echoing laughter.
That doesn't sound like anything I've done to myself. You have an echo chamber in your body.
You kind of robot a little bit.
David, do you have an echo chamber in your body?
Does David have an echo chamber?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. It's a silly question.
Can Cupcake...
Weaver was having...
Can Cupcake make a perception
am I
check?
back?
Yeah, you're back.
Is it...
Sorry,
Does the fact that the laughter went away mean Cupcake can't make a perception check to try and tell where it came from?
It just seemed to come from further up the hill, off the road.
Okay, Cupcake will point in that general direction.
Well, we're headed that way anyway. And Javolt keeps marching.
Are we headed that way, though?
Well, you're following the road, but it's the same general direction.
Cupcake will write on one of his signs, "Beware."
Yeah, sounds like good plan.
And then you come across some dead bodies.
Uh-oh.
There are a few dead raiders, couple of broken, pony-shaped mechs, too. And
I loot the corpses.
There's also a dead post-Unity alicorn as well.
Ooh.
I'll leave that one alone, but I loot the raiders.
Obvious cause of death?
Yes, it looks like something slashed them almost in half. And Daily Route, you don't find anything because they've already been looted. And also, not just looted, it looks like parts of them have been sort of harvested.
Yeah.
Cupcake is currently wide-eyed with paws over where his mouth would be, gasping.
Well, this is both gross and disappointing.
Yep.
What would I roll to see if I recognize what kind of slash marks these are? Are they claw marks or sword marks? What would I roll for that?
Probably general knowledge.
Maybe they're late.
Yeah, that's just another perception to sort of discern the nature of the wounds.
Maybe they're laser marks.
Okay, I actually got something decent with my perception there.
Javolt, these look kind of like some kind of energy, but it doesn't seem like laser or plasma like you recognize. It seems like something a bit more, I don't know, it's a bit too clean, like it almost instantly cauterized.
Cupcake got a 28.
Could I check for magic residue?
Sure.
Yeah, I should probably do that too. I get a bonus to it.
Does Cupcake learn anything additional with a 28, or is that not high enough?
No, it's not really. It's not really.
20.
Oh,
I got a 33.
Oh, wait, I did get it. I did get a natural 20.
You did.
Oh,
Dang.
yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, hey, I also got a natural 20.
Whoa.
Magic. And I also have a +8 for my skills and a +5 for one of my abilities.
Wow. So, Trip and David especially, you guys you have some sort of hardware that lets you sort of inspect the wounds more closely, and it's a bit more familiar to you. Like, it's hard to explain. You're only barely familiar with this sort of tech because it's very advanced, but it's basically as though a blade of sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Condensed light slashed through them.
Is it magical? Because if not, then I don't think my roll applies.
There's a bit of magic to it, but also a lot of tech as well. Your roll, there's enough that your roll applies.
All right.
Saber.
So what? It's like what? Hardened light or?
Yeah, hard light. Yeah.
Huh. This is new.
Science. We do what we must because we can.
For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Like these raiders.
This is going to sound a little late, but anybody here not familiar with getting into a fight?
Cupcake raises his paw.
Well,
All right.
I don't know. I've been wandering around the wasteland since I was a child, so I'd have to answer no. No idea. Why?
Just
I
a
was
hunch. All right.
I was constructed of parts of battle and maintenance droids, so I am capable of fighting.
Do
Very
you have experience, though? That's a critical thing.
Now, this is out of character. I would assume so. He's been wandering around the
Yeah,
wasteland
he had to
for
get to
years,
Skyfall
so
eventually, so he would have come across some sort of threat.
Okay.
If nothing else, like a giant scorpion or something.
You guys wouldn't be level 3 if you didn't have some experience in something.
Social rogue.
Apparently baking like Love Cat 3.
Well,
Those-
don't
those
you worry
cookies
your
are-
little
those
heads
cookies
about
are
it.
hard enough.
I'm pretty sure that we can handle anything that comes at us, so long as it comes at us.
Then you all hear a vroom,
Well, it's coming, Javolt. Now what?
and out of the fog ahead of you, there is what looks like a glowing, big, bright blue earth pony just very calmly walking towards you and making this humming sound.
Does it look angry?
It's-
does it?
It's glowing, and it only vaguely seems to have a kind of a pony shape to it. His face can barely be discerned at all.
Does it look hostile?
It's not approaching you very quickly or in any sense that it looks ready to attack, but it's walking towards you very slowly and deliberately and just...
Can I
Cupcake
make
is
a
going to
perception check?
cautious. That sounds like a good idea. Perception check.
I'm gonna shoot it in the face.
Can I, what would I have to roll to stop the shooting of the face?
Oh, here comes the grapple checks.
Just argue about it out of character.
Oh,
There's no argument. I'm just gonna shoot it in the face.
Yeah, Javolt grabs the gun and points it down as soon as she starts lifting it.
I got a 30 to check and see if it's. I got a 30 to check for perception on the thing.
I feel like we're checking if it's going to attack or not. That would be insight. I just want to
Yeah,
Take
that
a
would
look at
be
it.
that would be insight. That would be intent.
Good
yeah, my
point.
insight is 4 or 3. So
All right.
Yeah.
I got a rock.
Well, throw the rock if it comes at us.
Oh, wow.
all right, yeah, I'm just
Yes.
gonna
Insight.
Still got a 24.
yeah. So I got a 16 for perception just to see what it has and what it looks like and all that stuff.
Because of even to Cupcake and Javolt with their 24s for insight, it doesn't look like this thing is so unreadable that it doesn't look like it has any intent other than just walking towards you. But David, because of the roll you made earlier, the natural 20,
Oh, the magic.
yeah, you know that this thing seems to be some sort of hard light hologram, basically the same stuff that slashed through the dead bodies before you.
Okay. So I will relay this message to the others.
And
It would
I'm guessing
appear as
Trip
though
would
this
recognize
is a
that too.
hologram that is made out of hard light, the same thing that killed these ponies.
All right.
It keeps
So
marching towards you.
All right, I think it's
Shooting
coming
it
to give us a
What
hug.
happens if we go off to the side of the road?
Yes. Let's see if we can walk around this thing.
So would I know if it is a bad idea to touch the hard light hologram?
You're not sure how to fight against it. As far as you know, if you can't, unless you find the source of the emitter, they're basically untouchable.
Right.
So it can kill us, but we can't kill it at this point.
Unless we find the emitter. Would I
Alright.
be able to do that with an Arcana check to sense the presence of
The
magic?
thing doesn't look like it's
If
being
it's magic.
projected from anywhere, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And the projector is inside the hologram.
Probably farther ahead.
It's slightly translucent. It doesn't seem like there's anything inside.
Hmm.
Trip waves at it and says hello.
So Javolt says, all right, We walk around the light creature.
It's like just a few feet away from you guys now.
Yeah, let's try walking around it quickly.
Yeah. We're going to try to walk around the black.
I'm going to go a little faster than.
As you start to try and give it a birth, its eyes glow red, change to a red color, casting a cone of red light across the ground.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I would have had David move backwards and maybe fly away.
Javolt.
But this is...
Yes?
Roll me reflexes as its arm comes up and seems to shift into this long curved blade and swing at you.
Yeah. Like out of character, I'd think that that it would stop attacking if we went back past the beware sign.
Ah, there it is.
Because this just kind of reminds me of the Fallout New Vegas holograms.
Oh, yeah, I know the ones you mean.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure those stop trying to attack you if you leave.
Would this be a situation where where Cupcake could use soothing voice? Everyone loves a love cat.
I got a 24.
If it had a will score that wasn't like infinite, it might be helpful.
So basically, no point using it.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's a god character. Yeah, fuck this. Can I roll acrobatics to like fucking leg it?
All right, so 24. You barely managed to dodge out of the way, Javolt, and yeah, you can roll to leg it now.
Sweet. I'm also gonna leg it. I'd like to note in the direction we've been heading, and I'd like to add haste. Yeah.
Any more up there?
Could Love Cat? Could I make Cupcake do a roll to try and leap onto the backs of one of the other people that's running away?
Yeah, certainly. You might want to say who.
Who's closest?
You're all in an indeterminate position related to each other, so just pick someone.
I've probably got Bolt riding on me.
Javolt being the one who's gotten things attention, going to stay between the hologram and everyone else. And he would be, help me if there are any more up there.
Cupcake is going to try and jump onto Trip.
Okay. Yeah. He has no problem waiting until Cupcake is on his back, and then like.
So I'm seeing rolls for Daily Route and
David.
Okay, yeah. Daily Route and David, and there's Doc. There's Cupcake.
I got a 15.
All right. And I guess might would it be might or acrobatics to leg it?
Either, I think.
Yeah, either.
Okay.
Isn't it?
That's the thing powering up.
The car is passing by my window.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Wow.
Although that could easily be justified by the fact that he's trying to wait for Cupcake before taking off.
What?
That's fair. Plus 20.
22 on itself isn't a bad roll.
Yeah.
All right. You all...
I just realized I had a +5 anyway, so...
You all charge past... I guess I'm assuming you're all heading sort of past the hologram?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in the air as well.
All right, and you're flying above, and you all just sort of charge past the hologram. Cupcake, you managed to climb onto Trip successfully. David and Doc, you've got, since it was going after Javolt first, you've got enough time to get out. And Daily Route, you are already like far ahead.
Bye, guys.
So
Javolt, I don't know if I saw a might or acrobatics from you.
Oh no, I'm deliberately staying between the hologram and the others, but I am wondering if there are other holograms ahead. That's what I'm asking the others to check.
So I'd like to ask if I can make another Arcana check to see if I can find any projectors.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can I make a base perception check to see if I can see if there's any more of them?
None of you see any other holograms.
Oh, okay.
Are any of you going to tell me that you don't see any?
No.
Just the one, Javolt.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to use my force field ability.
Oh.
Conjure a semi-transparent force field at a chosen location. It may take the following shapes: a wall up to 1,000 feet tall and 1,000 feet wide, a sphere up to 1,000 feet in diameter, a dome up to 1,000 feet high and 1,000 feet in diameter. So what shape would you like to make this force field?
Oh, I'm just going to slam the dome over the hologram.
Okay.
Bam.
A force field cannot pass through any solid object and cannot be created. Blah. Requires a DC 60 might or arcana check to breach your force field, and succeeding only punches a hole at the location of the check. Force field lasts for 1 hour on its own, though you may extend it up to 8 hours with constant concentration.
I have a feeling that won't work. Since it's a hologram, it could just probably just stop being projected and start being projected somewhere else.
Oh god, miniature teleports. Don't give him ideas.
Mini ports.
The hologram makes contact with the force field and stops, sort of its head pushing against the force field.
Duke.
Then it flickers and disappears.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you hear a vroom behind you, Javolt.
Really? Volt turns around. Really?
The hologram doesn't say anything and takes another swipe at you. Roll reflexes.
Well, it's hard.
I think you're trying to get killed.
Ass, just move your Javolt. I mean, Javolt, just move your ass.
Ass, just move your butt.
All right,
Wow.
you managed to barely not get nicked again. And do you start running?
Let me think. See, the thing is,
There's no thing is. This is trying to kill you.
is there any way to figure out where this hologram is coming from?
David, you rolled Arcana for that reason, didn't you?
Not since the first time.
Oh, not
I've been
since.
asking, but I haven't gotten a response.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot to manage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I rolled
have
Arcana to try to find an emitter.
You have this.
So, should I roll again?
What is the 21 you rolled earlier for that?
Earlier I rolled a Arcana to see if there was any residual magic on the dead bodies.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I rolled a 21 to find the emitter.
Oh.
Was,
So
33.
right. Trip. You think that the emitter that is still like a good distance away. It seems like it's being projected over a pretty long distance, much longer than these things usually are. And as you run, you quickly come across the ruined walls of what looks like kind of a suburb with signs for the Macintosh community. All of you do, in fact. All of you who are running, you find these. You end up crossing the border into this sort of ruined, small, upscale ghost town.
Is there a fairly intact building somewhere?
There are several kind of intact buildings, and you also notice that a lot of the buildings seem to have they seem to be boarded up. Seems to be a bunch of barbed wire and blood and dead bodies used as decoration.
Is there anyone with a hole in the wall?
Javolt is going to bait the hologram.
I can make a hole
as
if we
he
need to.
runs back to everyone else.
He's going to bait?
He's going to try to get the hologram to follow him while also trying to track where the hologram is coming from.
Those are two. One of them is a fairly simple thing to do. The other is fairly complex.
So what should I roll for that?
Just focus on being the bait. That's probably a lot easier.
So you just want me to roll acrobatics for or something?
Might or acrobatics to run.
All right. Now let's roll me some acrobatics then.
All right, you managed to hoof it, and the hologram, its eyes still red, kind of picks up the pace faster than it did approaching you, but you're still just barely able to outrun it, and you start to gain ground.
This is pretty decent exercise. I'll admit, I needed some of this. I mean, the long days in the lab are fun, but...
The rest of you, you kind of look around for each other, but you realize that in sort of the confusion, and in the fog, as you all sort of ran away from the hologram, you all got kind of separated a bit.
Crap.
Well,
the only ones that are still together are Trip and Cupcake.
So I got a 25 for to detect magic.
You think that it's coming from the direction of this sort of big museum-like looking building.
Okay. Also, I have a feeling that this fog is kind of messing with our minds, or something is doing that. So can I make a will save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolls to disbelieve the script.
Nat ones. Everything is pink.
That's just 1d20 plus will.
Yeah, willpower. Yeah.
That's a 27.
You do a quick reality check, and you're pretty sure that your mind is intact.
Okay.
Cupcake got.
You're pretty sure that you are seeing what you are seeing. Your sensors aren't lying to you.
I got a 12 with Cupcake.
You also don't think you have any reason to doubt what you're seeing, but you're less confident.
I have a fun idea. Which one of us has the little gun with the red thing?
A flare gun?
Thank you, flare gun.
I'd assume Javolt probably has the flare gun since he's the leader of this expedition.
Okay, just checking.
Although I can also shoot fire.
You put Javolt in charge.
You put Javolt in charge.
Javolt put Javolt in charge.
I mean, yeah, I can shoot fire from myself.
I can scream real loud.
If that's something that people want me to do.
I can shoot lightning.
Because I can probably also do
Are
that.
you wanting to signal?
Yeah, since I believe that I have found where the projector is, and so I would like to meet up with everyone else to take care of that.
So you're wanting to use...
I guess that would be Ember.
Ember. You can safely create small puffs of flame at will. These puffs of flame are identical to a torch in many respects and are capable of burning objects and lighting fires outside of combat just as a torch might. You can project these puffs of flame up to 15 feet away.
I can shoot torches.
Puffs of flame are ordinary fire and extinguish after 10 seconds without tinder, during which time they can light up an area 10 feet across. Okay. Yeah, you can use that if you like.
I would like to use that. Although I imagine it won't help.
So as the pony droid hovers in the air, he creates a torch-like puff of flame with his horn?
No, my hooves.
His hooves.
That's how I'm flying.
Your rocket hooves.
Yeah,
all right.
It's mostly a flavor decision.
Yeah, I was just wondering what the flavor was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you generate, and just about every pony in the party can see up in the air above the ghost town a spot through the fog where this burning fire is shining through.
That's not suspicious.
Head to the
Random
light.
fire in the sky in the middle of a raider encampment. I think not.
I do believe I did state previously, like towards the beginning, that if the flares were not working, that I could. You did
mention that you had a flame generator.
How many people remembered? That's
probably none of us. But Javolt's going to go there anyway.
I'm going to go there.
But
as some of you move through the town towards the flame, you hear movement from inside the buildings as well.
Oh, good.
You hear hurried movement, heavy footsteps on the wood of the various houses.
So is this inside the house or on the roof? Or
inside the bombed out houses.
Yeah, so I will lower to the ground close to where I sent off the puff of flame.
Who is going towards David right now?
Me and my hologram buddy.
And Doc.
And Trip, and I guess by extension, Cupcake.
I'll go
Basically
towards, but I'll send Bolt to go further than I will to sort of investigate.
So,
Hey,
David, you notice, let me think real quick. You notice Trip and Cupcake coming towards you first, but coming out of a building next to you, the door slams open, and these two heavily armored pony-like ponies, with wearing these masks with glowing eyes, come out with machetes in their mouths. Judging by the spatter of blood on their very heavy metal suits, and the sort of manic way they walk, these ponies don't seem to be totally right in the head.
Oh, joy.
Burn down the town. Probably won't, but...
And they start to rush you at the same time that Trip and Cupcake arrive on the scene.
So it's a 2-on-3 fight?
Do you want to start combat here?
I don't know. I can roll reflexes to avoid combat for a while.
Yeah, I think probably avoiding combat's a good idea, considering that we
Or I
can't even
could
handle.
just fly above.
Yeah, we can't even handle the hologram
We gotta
right
worry
now.
about
Well,
the
no,
base.
these aren't holograms. These are...
Yeah, these are physical.
I know, but
But we do have to worry about the hologram showing up in the middle of battle.
Yeah.
that was more my point.
And there's also more activity being drawn from other parts of the town, it seems. So what is your decision?
I mean, I could fly away, but Trip would probably not want to fly.
Well, first of all, I don't think he can fly.
Well, yeah, but I don't think I might not be able to carry anyone as I fly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
think carrying one of the heaviest party members is a good idea.
I mean, yeah.
Not unless you're feeling lucky.
So
But I was gonna say probably leg it to the museum then.
shortly, as everyone considers the situation, Javolt and the hologram are close upon the scene.
Yeah, I guess I will say to head to the museum-like building because I believe that is where the projector is.
All right.
Just plain follow the leader until we all regroup.
I'll shoot a flare at it as well. Because, yeah.
By shoot a flare, you mean using the flare gun, or?
Nah, just the puffs of flame. Unless Javolt's wants.
Well,
to,
you're further than like 15 feet from the museum.
Okay. Well,
I know. Leave like a trail of puffs of flame.
But yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to use the flare.
Javolt will turn to the masked ponies and say, "Hello, is this your pet?" And then leap to put the masked ponies between himself and the hologram.
The masked ponies become frightened when the hologram shows up, and the hologram comes up to them and kind of considers them very, very seriously with its eyes still red. And as you sort of leap away and put some distance between you, you notice you see the masked ponies stay very, very still in front of the hologram for like a solid minute or so.
Oh, is this a T-Rex hologram?
I mean, I don't think Javolt was moving when it attacked him.
Serpentine maneuver.
So
yeah, you notice the glowing eyes on the masks blink in some kind of pattern, and then the hologram's eyes turn from red to blue again, and it passes them by.
So we should have killed them and taken their masks.
Or it might be like some little like Morse code-ish thing that they're doing.
Ah, so it is your pet. I must say, you kind of have it poorly trained. It seems to want to attack anything out in the wastelands.
Are you within talking distance still?
It might be a good idea to
Well,
stop.
if I could see this happening.
No, it happened. It was very kind of quick as you ran away, but you don't necessarily have to stick around.
Well, you know.
Do I know?
I decided to turn around back and say, "Oh yes, introductions."
The hologram starts, just eyes go back to red and march towards you again.
Javolt.
Seriously, you have got to get a better hold of this thing, I say to the master.
All right.
Are you trying to?
The metal masked ponies kind of follow carefully behind the hologram once there's enough distance.
Well, if it worked before, it'll work again. Can I jump over the masked ponies again and put them between? This is going to be.
If you try to double back past the hologram, it's going to get another swipe at you.
Well, this time I'm.
I'd recommend not doing
the
that.
hologram.
You're trying to get yourself killed. Are you trying to create a paradox in the space-time continuum?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Wow. Oh, hey, I have this thing. Yeah, I think I use, no wait. Nah, save that. I think I'll just double back and, try to put the metal ponies between me and the hologram.
You're trying to double pack past the hologram and the...
You're trying to do the thing that
Parkour.
we just told you not to do.
Yeah, I feel like we could use your help with taking down the projector.
Well, I mean, we could, or...
Yeah.
But these lovely gentlemen have such a fine pet. It would be be so hurtful to kill their pet.
Let me remind you, this is a split-second decision. This is not an in-character thing.
Yeah, I also kind of feel like they're more so its pet than it is theirs.
Javolt seriously considers doubling back, but eventually decides to follow the rest of his group.
Yeah.
Lovely people here.
And Daily Route and Doc, you are in kind of in the outskirts of this sort of zone, and you kind of saw everything happen. You haven't been discovered yet. Although you can see in other houses other masked ponies coming out to sort of see what's going on.
Great. So we're in the middle of raid territory. Our boss is an idiot, and there's a giant laser monster wandering around. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked do you think we are?
I'm gonna give it a 12.
I agree.
I'm gonna give it a.
You guys aren't within talking distance.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm just thinking aloud.
I'd say maybe a 6.
Give it a stealth check. See if I can sneak around this mess and get over towards that museum unspotted.
Stealth.
Doc actually has some pretty good stealth.
Cool. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan.
Doc has to go pretty slowly, but you're able to at least hide when there are raiders nearby and keep your head down, but it'll take you a while to make your way all the way to the museum.
So we know we're meant to go to the museum?
Well, everyone else seems to be heading there.
Right. Yeah.
And David said as much.
In which case,
whether they were in earshot is
I think you said it loud enough to, and they were, if they could see what was happening, they could kind of make out what if you were saying something out loud.
Okay. So, do we reach the museum?
Yeah, you get there way first, but Daily Route, what?
Well, I have one plan because my stealth is 0. So I'm just gonna leg it.
So it seems we both had the same amount of stealth.
Did we just take exactly the same stats?
Not unless you have do you have a 15 in might?
No, I've got my 15 in acrobatics. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna leg it and hope to shit I don't nat 1.
I have a 16 in dexterity.
Nope, 34. Bye.
You freaking leg it. All your experience of being a male mare under heavy fire kick in, and you just book it past a bunch of very confused looking masked raiders. you definitely earn some attention, and some start chasing you down the street, but you leave them a good distance behind by the time you reach the museum. Anyway, so David, you reach the building, and the front doors seem to be barred.
Right. So I think I made a mistake. I think I've been using acrobatics instead of arcana for my arcana.
Oh. Because
I think I've been using an 8, but my arcana is 11.
So still very good. And
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's, I think that doesn't change too much. Three extra skill points.
Let's see. So
you've still been clearing the DCs. So, and when you haven't, that wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Right.
But yes, noted.
So the door's boarded up, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Want me to take a crack at it?
Yeah, you're probably the next ones to get there with Javolt and the hologram behind.
I mean, I can try with my +8, I think. Yeah, I've got a +8 to might, but yeah.
Go ahead and give it a shot, I guess. You probably have enough time to do it.
14. Probably not going to cut it. I could also light it on fire, I think.
I don't think burning down the building is a great idea.
Yeah, there might be loot.
Tell me when I get there. I have a plan for getting the door open.
So you, David tries bashing the door, but isn't really able to make it budge.
Yeah.
All right. Let me give it a shot. 36.
Right.
Meanwhile, Trip just plows through like a freight train. Just knocks the door entirely off its hinges, and all the boards just shear off. And you are inside the big Macintosh Memorial Building.
All right, so now that we're inside, now that we're inside, I'd like to make another Arcana perception check to try and
make an Arcana check.
All right. And since this is again sensing the presence of magic, I'd get +5 for Sixth Sense as well. So that's a 34.
Very good. You think that the semi-arcane emitter signal is probably coming from the top of the building.
All right.
So you'll have to.
So I will tell everyone that, and then fly up to the top of the building if I can.
Well, by everyone you mean Trip.
Everyone that's
Javolt and Daily Route come through the busted door at about the same time.
All right.
So we
now
hear that the
you hear that the
Now, is it on the outside up top or on the inside up top?
It seems you don't think it's on the roof. You think it's from the inside up. Like there's about 3 floors, and the third floor is more of a kind of a small spire.
So are there? Is it just a solid floor, or are there holes going up?
Yeah, the parts of the second floor. The room you're in right now is sort of a large 2-story display room that's been long since looted of anything of value.
Okay.
Although there's a faded mural of Big Macintosh on one wall, and you can see stairs leading up to a part of the second floor in several directions, and parts of that second floor have crumbled in or caved in. There's also barrels with trash fires burning in them. You can see there's various pools of blood across the ground, and through one hollowed out doorway, you can see hanging from what remains of the ceiling looks like net full of bloody chunks.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the description.
So I head up top as quickly as I can. Should I roll acrobatics for that?
Yeah, another
right.
to start trying to navigate. So yeah, just
All right, not terrible this time.
Yeah, 24. It's respectable. Doc, you kind of arrive somewhat stealthily across the street from the museum, and you see the hologram sort of stomping its way inside methodically, and the masked armored raiders are sort of, about 4 of them are gathered outside, not going inside because the hologram is still there and they seem afraid to go in.
All right, then. How to get past them? Through them? Could, but it's probably hurt like the things. How climbable does this building look like on the outside?
Well, parts of the walls have fallen in. There's no vegetation, no vines or pals or anything to really get a good hoof hold.
Why not? Challenge accepted. Try to climb up this time.
You're across the street from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I will first make a check to run across the street and then try to climb up.
All right. There we go. So 24 to
hoof it across that street and
26 to try. 26. Sorry, Stacey is messaging me about his tabletop sim mod, and he says give you a +2 morale bonus on your next check from him, so that's a 28.
Oh.
So, you kind of dash across before the raiders can really react, and then luckily you notice that there seems to be a fire escape on one side of the building, and you manage to take a running leap and manage to reach the ladder and barely pull yourself up.
I'm getting too old for this crap. All right.
The raiders gather under the escape and start trying to figure out how to reach you. They don't seem to be interested in any ranged weaponry. They're all carrying some sort of blades or bludgeoning instruments.
Here's a piece of advice. Kiss my tail. All right, I'm going to start climbing up the fire escape, and on each level, I'm going to see if any of the window opens. Get in the building.
Yeah, you managed to find a broken window on the second floor.
Yes, taking it.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you are sort of running through the building, and the hologram is now in hot pursuit of Javolt. But David, you managed to find a doorway to the with a sign next to it that says Big Mac hologram controls authorized personnel only.
All right. So
convenient.
Is the door unlocked?
The door is locked, and there doesn't seem to be a. It's also reinforced, and there is a terminal next to it.
All right. Would dexterity work for hacking the terminal?
I figured that would be a knowledge thing.
Yeah, it would. Sort of an intelligence thing. So I'm going to say,
so
general knowledge. Yeah.
All right. 25.
The encryption on the admin account is fairly complex, but you are a droid, so you're used to thinking in urgently in computer terms. So you managed to, with the stroke of luck, break through after a minute or two, but by then the hologram seems to have switched targets, and it comes up the stairs heading towards you just as you start to get the door open.
Okay. Well, I should be fine even if I lose a limb or two, so I guess.
So you let it swing at you?
No, because I'm going to try to dodge.
All right.
I'm going to try to get in. I would like to.
So what's your next course of action then? Just for clarity.
I'd like to make sure that the projector is inside of this room.
Through the little window, and as you unlock the door and look through the little window, you can see there's a spiral stairs leading up. That's all you can see right now.
Well, I guess. Well, can I make another Arcana check to see if
this seems to be the same direction that the signal came from?
Okay. Then, yeah, I'll go ahead and head up there.
So you push the door open, and as you do so, the hologram's arm shifts, and it makes another slash at you.
So, reflexes?
Yes.
23.
23 seems to be the number.
It kind of nicks you.
Right.
And there's a very clean slash through parts of your of your torso, like a very tiny cut, but it's like it burned off that part of you. But you managed to dodge in and charge up, and what you find is sort of like a watchtower sort of room with a circular window all around that lets you overlook the town, and there are banks of computers around the edges of the room, and up above in the ceiling, which is tall and goes all the way up to the top of the spire.
Mm-hmm.
At the base of that, like, you can see this sort of round electrical ovoid orb.
All right, can I fly up and use dexterity on it?
Dexterity to do what to it exactly?
To disarm it?
To
make it stop working?
To basically just disconnect it?
Yeah.
You may.
Using monitor to control this thing.
1D.
You haven't actually seen any sign of monitor yet.
We've had more pressing matters.
All right.
Oh, I was just going with a brief
that's a really low roll.
That was actually monitor we found somehow.
Monitor's hardware is sort of a square set of server banks. This is installed computers that are in a kind of a circular set.
Well, I only rolled a 20. Which is a very low roll.
You kind of get it loose a bit, but there's redundancies built into the system, and the hologram beneath you flickers a bit, but doesn't disappear entirely.
Right.
But you're also flying above it, and make another reflexes defense roll.
All right. 11. That was terrible.
It hits you. It hits you hard. It gives you a nasty slash right through vital systems.
Okay.
You are bloodied.
All right.
You are at 50 HP.
Yeah, I
think it would leave me alone if I pretended to be dead.
I don't know.
Anywhere nearby?
Yeah, the hologram split off from you, and but you're still kind of close by.
Yeah, hopefully someone manages to get into the computer room and maybe hack the computers.
Well, now the holograms now the hologram's in the room, so
yeah, but
Javolt's crazy enough to try it.
It's like probably up in the air since it attacked me.
Are Cupcake and Trip nearby?
You're able to sort of head towards. Yeah, you're less nearby, but still nearby.
Also, you said that there was glass surrounding it.
Yeah, there's window. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Could I break through the windows?
If you want to just abandon the room and fly out.
I mean, yeah, because then I can heal myself.
You can make a might check to do that, if you want to take that option.
I can always just fly back in. And it's a 10. Terrible. Again.
With your systems compromised as they are, you find it difficult to try and break through the window.
In that case, I will fly towards the window, bounce off it, and then just lie still. And kind of go into sleep mode. Or something. Something that does not use much energy at all.
I'm picturing a robot just bunking its head on the glass, just shut down.
Yep. Trying to make it think that it killed me. That I'm no longer a threat.
Bird OS will shut down.
Roll stuff? Or
boom.
I don't think there is a bluff.
No, it's just all role-playing, which means...
I'm going to say that it's around this time that Javolt comes to...
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Well, I'll fix you up later.
You say...
What do we have here?
Still.
The hologram turns around and glares its red eyes at Javolt.
Okay, so can I make a dexterity check to heal myself while it's fixated on Javolt?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm assuming the controls are obviously situated.
Yeah, there's a central terminal.
Yeah, Javolt's going to go for that.
I'm rolling really low with my dexterity roll. First it was a 4, now it's a 5.
At
plus
least it's
16,
going up.
so a 20 and a 21.
Hmm.
So yeah, I got a 21 for
You're able
healing.
to sort of pat yourself up a little bit so that if you take another hit, it won't instantly down you.
All right.
So,
Then I'll continue to lie still.
So, Weaver, you go for the terminal, which is thankfully mercifully unlocked. It seems like the outside one was sort of the important one, but the hologram is right behind you.
So I have to be really quick to hack this. Like, super quick.
Yeah.
Okay. What would I use? Well, actually, general knowledge and arcana are both the same, so I'm going for the hacking. Should I?
Could I have used Arcana instead of general knowledge?
Gosh, computers make this so weird in this universe. I'm just gonna say general knowledge.
Okay. So, all right then. Since I can't use my destiny, I'll just. Oh, there we go.
That's still a lot better than mine.
Actually, because this controls a sort of semi-magical artifact, which the emitter is, you could use your destiny.
Wow.
Oh.
Would 36 work?
To use the computer, you can very quickly find a shutdown command.
Yep, that goes out.
The hologram stops, its eyes, the red eyes go away, and you hear a crackling yup before it disappears.
All right.
Okay.
Sir Biggins.exe has shut down.
So, are we no longer in any immediate danger?
Well, there are.
At this
Well,
point,
there's-
the rest of you, kind of carefully watching from other rooms, can kind of file in.
All right.
Sweet. So the death
Oh, yeah.
monster is dead. Always a win.
Well, not dead. Asleep. I could probably boot it back up and control it from here.
No.
And
So,
control it from
So
here.
where did Daily
Did I
Route
men-
run off to? Or is she
Huh?
just?
Oh, right. I don't know.
Around. I didn't map this place out, so.
Did anyone else notice the masked ponies surrounding this place, or am I just being paranoid?
Yeah, no, there's definitely movements in the city, in the town.
So, we could say it's dead, or we could just say it's asleep and that we have full control over it.
Before that, you
If
should
it's a
make sure
necessity.
that you have full control over it.
Please. Well, perhaps.
So yeah, can we take 20 on fixing me?
Since the raiders outside are kind of carefully, cautiously still waiting outside to kind of, it seems like wait for the hologram to finish you off or flush you out, you can take a few minutes to take a short rest and get back up to full, yeah. While
Okay.
Javolt fiddles with the terminal or whatever.
Could Cupcake go to a place where he could look down at them and toss some love cookies to them?
Oh my gosh. That's not...
Mysterious cookies from the sky.
You'd have to open a window, go to the edge of the roof, and throw them down.
Would that
Do the
require?
windows have latches? Can you open them?
It seems like one of them does, not the one you tried to crash through, but
Okay.
Would that be a thing that would require much rolling, or?
probably stealth so that they don't try and throw a blade in your direction.
Doc reached them after the 20.
I'll just pass on that then.
Lead a trail of love cookies away from our position.
So what
yeah, Doc
should I roll to-
reached them, yeah.
All right. Oh,
Should I roll to take control of this computer thing?
Well, you already have access. The main role was to do it before the hologram slashed you.
Okay, so I guess I'm just going to go through the program and see what we got.
It seems like there's 3 main modes. There's sort of a full hostile protector mode, which it seemed to be on for a very long time. There is a, just a peaceful guide mode, which it seems to be the intent was that people could live here under the protection of Big Macintosh or something, according to some text logs. And then there's sort of a third middle, alert state, which is sort of some ponies protecting citizens, but threatening any intruders. But so far, it's been on full hostile, which is
If it sees you, you die.
yeah.
So maybe have it recognize us as citizens.
Is that a good kind of
Also, do you think that the ponies outside would be thankful if we made it so that thing didn't kill everything it sees?
Do you want to go talk to them?
Well, I
No.
just told a bunch of them to kiss my tail, so I don't think friendly liked me.
There's a small problem with the whole citizen alert state, and it's the fact that you can only really program in ponies.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I mean,
The people who made this system might have been a little,
Racist.
yeah.
well,
I wonder if I
change the
could get
program.
manual control over this hologram.
You'd basically have to try writing new code.
Oh god, no.
Okay, Javolt is going to try writing new code.
I leave the room immediately.
I live with the programmer. It's not that easy.
Yeah,
I never said Javolt was sane.
We never argued that
Craziest
point.
thing
Actually,
happened.
yes. Actually, I've said on multiple occasions that he's sane. Sorry.
That's what you keep insisting throughout the entire campaign.
He's
I respectfully disagree.
unconventionally sane.
That's no, I don't think it works that way.
So no, trying to figure out how this thing's language works and build in new parameters would take it'd be a project that'd be like a week or two, time that you do not have.
Ah,
Yeah,
Just leave
I don't think we have a few hours, let alone a week.
Just leave it off. It's best.
Your timer is basically until the raiders figure out that nothing's happening and they charge in.
okay, can Javolt wire up a remote so that he can turn it back on from a distance?
We could set it to the guide, to the friendly guide, then it won't attack anyone, and we can have it go outside, and then they'd probably think that it took care of us.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, I vote for that plan.
Oh, very well. I was hoping to talk to these people, but if you're so paranoid to avoid them, sure.
I mean, you can
Javolt
talk to them
sets
if
it
you
up
want.
Friendly guide, and
I'm
then
not very good with talking.
can I set it up so that you need to hack it, change it?
You can set up you can change the password, set up new permissions, whatnot.
Yeah,
Change the login credentials.
Yes.
I'm doing that so that
Change it from
I have-
password to password 1, just to fuck with it.
Change it to password with make the O as 0,
No, password backwards.
and make the S as 2s. No,
No,
make
no,
one of them
And
a
the,
2
and the
one of
A
them
is
a
an
Z.
at sign?
Yeah.
No. Just
the password is Raven Jenny.
What?
All right.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
gonna
so-
say you could screw them and instead of password make it access code.
All right.
So Javolt sets this up so that anyone with the password can get at it, but he doesn't tell anyone what the password is.
As you usually do.
Yeah.
That's nothing new for you.
And then he sets it up to be friendly tour guide, and then he reactivates it.
All right. The hologram reappears and no longer makes any move to be hostile or attack, and it just calmly marches down the staircase.
Do you think it's aware that all of its possessions have been stolen? I mean, it was made as a tour guide, and there's nothing to tour anymore.
I'm sure there are a few things that weren't taken because they weren't very valuable or too heavy.
I'm just wondering how upset it will be when it realizes that has no, or if it's capable of realizing.
It's a hologram. It's not capable.
Yes, we have a robot pony here. That's not exactly an argument anymore. Speaking of which, are you dead?
No, I am fine. I was just damaged severely for a while.
I know the feeling.
But you got better.
Yes.
All right.
So after this hologram marches out, our masked buddies are going to march in. What do we do then?
I would imagine that they would probably go back to their business thinking that the hologram had finished us off.
No, they would come in to clean off our corpses and take our stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not think of that.
The smartest thing Javolt has said this session.
You, shortly after, hear movement on the first floor.
Alrighty. Well, we still have a hardware to find.
Do we want to ask them for directions?
If you believe that that would be a good decision.
I think he believes all his decisions are.
No, I believe all my decisions are decisions and that I must live with them. Speaking of which, Javolt walks out and goes downstairs. Hello, friends!
David will follow and just stand behind.
Frickin' Javolt.
Can we get a new boss?
I think we get a new boss.
I think at this point the Love Cat would make a better boss.
Yeah.
I feel like Trip would
Yeah,
probably make a pretty good boss.
The Love Cat is surprisingly not all that bothered by Javolt's leadership yet.
Well, even if Cupcake did the exact thing as Javolt did, at least they would be quiet about it.
Yeah.
At Javolt's loud proclamation, four masked raiders charge up the stairs, weapons at the ready, and seem very surprised that you are in fact alive.
Yes, you're very scary. Now, can we have a talk before you try to decapitate us or gut us or... Actually, what do you use those knives for, specifically?
Cupcake will try and hold out a plate of love cookies for them.
They prepare to attack.
Look, we took down your hologram friend. Do you really think you scare us?
Roll for turn order.
Everybody?
That's just
I would,
D20,
can I
right?
assume that you all kind of followed, or?
Yeah.
I'm sure we were watching.
Yeah, if anything.
Maybe from the window. But yeah, all right.
I'm sure we can take him.
Cupcake really doesn't want to fight.
Oh,
I got
I gave you-
no choice of serving me willingly, but you have now. Sorry.
Yeah, Cupcake is super reluctant. Rolling a natural 1.
okay.
Man,
I mean, in all
this is
seriousness,
great.
I do have work after that. So if we could tone down the Javolt proclamations and everything, speed things along, that would be fantastic.
Mhm.
Like it's fun to watch, but it does slow things down. Plus, it might get us killed. That's another problem.
Might?
I have not been rolling well for the past few whiles.
No, you've
Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
It's not the worst case. Well, at least it wasn't a series of botches at the very least.
There are
Yeah.
four. There's four raiders before you. 3 of them looking like kind of identical grunts, and 1 on the far left who's looking more like a chief or at least a lieutenant.
He's wearing a scarier mask.
Yes, and yeah.
Tempted to try and make peace with them, but I don't think it'd do any good since there's 3 of them. Since there's 4 of them anyway, the other 3 would just pick up the slack.
And you guys your phase will be going first. So Javolt, you start this.
Well, I do have my companion, so I'm just trying to think things through here. How much energy I start? 3. Doop-de-dop-de-doop-de-dop. You know, it's not traditional, but I think I'll start with Conjure Battle Spirits, which just reflavor it as one of those 4-legged robot things. I forget their name. So, yes, Conjure... You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I conjure a battle spirit.
Protectron or something? Alright.
It just bursts out the wall for no relevant reason.
Okay. And?
Fight us, right? Sure.
Get on with your turn, man.
Okay, so that was standard action. And then I guess the battle spirit takes a turn, right?
Yeah.
So, with 3 charges, I believe it will deal 1d20 damage to Mr. Leader, to the unique guy.
Yeah.
Okay?
For a grand total of 3.
Okay, and now it's Igor's, the companion, turn. First, going to do Quick Draw, which is take 2 additional minor actions this turn. And then, for the minor actions, I'm going to spend all my Quick Draw energy, which is 4 energy, on magic missiles, which is deal 1d4 plus 1 damage to X different creatures with the Nova special ability. I'm just going to direct that all onto the leader again. So that's 1d4 plus 1 times 4. So what do I just...
Just roll them one after the other.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like Igor is being much more useful than Javolt right now. For a grand total of 15 damage to our special friend.
Alright, that's
me.
way more effective. Alright. So, daily route.
Cool. So I'm a monk, so congratulations on me not doing anything for 2 turns. So I use Key Surge, which is +7, cannot take standard actions until after the end of your next turn, which will be it for me. And then my companion will do Pot Shot and will do 1 damage to the leader.
Roger.
And that's it.
Does Bolt do anything?
Oh yeah, he does the Pot Shot.
Okay. So, Docs, your turn.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and... hold up something. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use Parental Presence, which is reflavored as Demand Duel. Standard action, attack single. Challenge target creature until the end of your next turn. And I'm going to challenge the leader. Draw him away from others. See if...
All right, noted. The Raider LT has challenged by Doc. All right.
That will be it.
Trip.
Yeah, I forgot to unmute. Sorry. Let's see. I will go for combat stims to get some adrenaline. So I'll roll 1d10. That's 3, and I get +1 energy from that.
All right.
Next.
David?
All right. So first, I will use Quick Draw. You may take 2 additional minor actions this turn. It gives me +4 energy. Then I'm going to use Vampiric Blade. The next single attack power I use gets gain 5 life if you damage a creature with this attack. And I'm also going to use Flame Blade. The next single attack power you use deals an additional 6 damage to its target and causes it to suffer 3 ongoing damage. And I'm also going to use my combat feature, Slayer, which I reflavored the targeting system, and use Target Locked or Stalk the Prey. I'm going to choose the leader guy, so I can deal an additional 10 damage to him with my next single attack power.
Oh boy.
Single attack power against him. And then I will use Quick Shot, which is a free action, so I can deal 7 damage to a target creature, and it's a single attack. And I'm going to use the reaction Seeing Red, so I can deal 5 damage to myself, and in doing so, I can deal an additional 10 damage to that enemy.
So how does that all total up?
Well, let's see. Got 7... Let's see. 7 plus 10 plus 10 plus, let's see, 6. So that's 33 damage with ongoing 3.
Damn.
Yep. Unless there's any armor, in which
Um,
case it would be subtracted from that.
he is bloodied,
All right.
but as you deal that massive hit on him, he starts cackling maniacally, and he seems like he's he starts looking like he's ready to deal back that kind of damage in spades.
All right.
All right, so yeah, good hit.
Still
Then
at full health because of Empiric Blade cancels out the rage, the
Dang.
seeing red.
yeah, Cupcake.
Whole group takes it first.
Yeah, I looked through the rules again, and it's more there's a player phase and then there's an enemy phase. So
Okay, so Azure, did all the stuff you built up, did that get used when you dealt the leader, or
Yeah,
is it, okay, none
because
of
that
it is-
was my single attack.
Has anybody have have the ability to do some major damage if they were able to take a standard action right now?
3d10.
Yes, but technically I'm not allowed to.
Could the ability to let someone take an immediate standard action override that?
I mean, I have 0 energy right now, so
Or I mean,
I'm pretty
Which-
sure you all start with 3
you
energies.
cannot take standard actions until after the end of your next turn. So no, it would not override that.
okay, and
Hmm.
nobody, and there's no one who really has any.
I have some stuff. I just don't have the energy to use it.
I have a decent attack.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Give it to.
all right.
Sounds like
I've
Daigo
got,
has, or David.
I've got Lightning Vortex, Arcing Bolt, and Pull from Chaos are things that can do damage.
So you've got the ability to do some significant damage if you.
I can do 1d6 to up to 3 different creatures. Then I have a possibility of either dealing 2d20 to a target creature or 1d12 to a target creature.
Sure, I'm going to
Or-
use.
yeah.
Sure, I'm going to use I am Lovecat and I believe in you reflavored command to let you take standard action.
Okay. Should we see if anyone has anything better first?
I
Daigo
got,
Daigo said he has a 3d10. So
Okay.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Would
I
that- would that be better?
I think I know what it is too. And
Would that be? Is that
that's a range from 3 to 30. So yeah.
Hmm.
okay? Well,
That
whichever one of you thinks would be better, I'll give it to.
Yeah, my best I have a range from 2 to 20. I mean,
Okay,
2 to
sure.
40. I've
that's
got
for-
from 2 to 40 at my best, and that's if I roll an odd number
okay, then
on a d6.
then Lovecat will believe in Doc this turn.
All right.
All right. Now we'll go ahead and use the Buffalo Revolver. 3d10 the target creature. That's going right to the boss man.
All right. 11. Okay then. He's probably not going to get to do his thing. That's the big
Good
thing.
for us.
The big thing that would have been really cool. Ah, well. Them's the rules. So it's their turn, and the chief that you bloodied goes first.
And he's ongoing at the beginning or end of the turn.
Ongoing's at the beginning.
Okay.
Takes
So
3.
he takes 3.
And so he's challenged by Doc as well, so he lets out a mad laugh and swings his machete at Doc for triggering his blood frenzy as well, dealing 3d10, dealing 18 damage to Doc, and then another 7 for a total of 25, dealing a bit of damage to himself. Gaining some more of that. And then for his minor, he goes for another attack on Doc, which is Unleash the Pain for 6d8. For a total of 23 damage.
Ow.
I'm married. I can take that hurt.
And because he's the leader, he also has a special move. So he crits. And and it's just another extension of his frenzied attack for another d12, which is, oh dear, deals another 12 damage to Doc. and he's gonna deal another batch of damage to Doc because he's still challenged. For 3, just another 3 damage on Doc, and then let's see, how many of you are there? There's like 9 of you. He's gonna deal 8 damage to Trip.
He's gonna what?
Deal 8 damage to Trip randomly.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah, that turn exploded much more than I expected it to. Oh. All right. And let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be his turn. Actually, let me check something with the challenge. I may need to look. I may need to cross-reference the keyword real quick, because with the random damage, conditions and special keywords reference list. If he's an attack power, but that they're special attacks. I think it doesn't target the creature. They'll target you, and then there was the random damage. No, I don't think the challenge triggers off of that random damage. All right.
Yeah. So is that 60 damage, Doc?
Just about, yeah. 60 damage to Doc. Okay. So that was a confusing turn to figure out. The next raider is not challenged by Doc and is free to actually attack other people. So the second one is going to go for Daily Route. He's actually going to do something weird and kind of cut into himself a little, drawing blood, which just seems to enrage him even further.
Okay.
And then he's going to swing at Daily Route, seeking the thrill of battle, dealing extra damage on top of his already decent damage, dealing 17 to Daily Route.
Cool.
The third one is just going to psych himself up watching the boss go to town. Gain some adrenaline, only 1 though.
Oh god, berserkers.
They're all berserkers.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh boy.
Din says hi.
And let's see. And then Cupcake is going to get attacked by the fourth one.
Oh no!
And in the process of just his wild swinging, actually kind of hurt himself a little bit, but dealing 14 damage to Cupcake. And that's theirs, so Javolt.
I am suddenly able to speak again. Sorry. So, Javolt is... Let me see. You know what? I might never get to use this again. I'm going to use the Conduit of Unbridled Power. Roll 20d20, that is all.
Oh boy.
Is there a way to check for crits without manually?
You can if you hover over the number and I've got the rolls room set to auto expand, so
Alright.
Just hover over the green eye.
I see
like
one.
Crit.
Yep.
and if you roll
So
is it the sort of thing where I forget if you roll d20 and
Yeah, a natural 20. If you roll a 20 on a d20, then that crits that
Activates
makes all of your specials.
Yep, that's what I thought. All right. Well, let the chaos begin.
Just going to go from 12 down.
Yeah.
Just to deal 1d20 damage to target creature and 1d10 damage to a random enemy. So, I'm going to go with the leader for our target. That's 13 to him, and then random enemy. I don't know who this hits. Should I just roll?
Roll 1d4.
For before or after I roll?
Before
this?
either, just before.
Oh. And the random enemy number 2 gets hit with 2 points. Woo. And then the 10 deal 1d12 damage to target, and yeah, I'm going to go for leader again. Give me a crit. Oh.
Another 5.
And then the 8 to enemy number Ew. This guy's just getting sparked in the face.
Yeah, just little, just residual lightning and electricity.
And then I'm going to roll 1d12 to the leader. And let's see if I get it off this. Yes!
Oh, come on. Well, so 12 damage to the leader.
Yep. Leader dead yet?
He actually is.
Okay.
All right.
The leader drops dead with your just insane display of power.
See, so that's
And so that leaves us
13,
with
18.
okay. Whoever
30
feels
damage.
whoever's the most wounded out of the enemies,
That's
he's
definitely
getting
Doc.
1d20 to the face.
It's probably going to be 2. The second enemy.
Yeah, the second enemy.
He's the only other one that's been damaged.
No, the fourth one's been damaged as well.
Oh, right, because he damaged himself.
Right.
Okay. Hits again.
Okay, but before I deal with that, I'm going to get this 1d10 to random enemy done.
How
No, wait.
Oblivious? How much time do you got before you got to go to work?
I have to leave it. I have to leave at 10. So,
Which is in 2 hours.
2 hours.
6 damage to. I'm rolling 1d3 for the randomness. So, okay, now I'm going to go for. I get to roll them all again, don't I? So, who all's still alive? And
They're all okay. So you dealt 20 to that one. Then,
and this other 1d20, that was a mistake. You can ignore the 17.
So there's the 6 damage to number 2. That's what the last 2 rolls are. That's what I'm seeing, right? Okay. So yeah, I think we go around the horn again.
Yep. Okay, so whoever's the most injured.
That's our first one now. Yeah.
Yep. He's getting 17 to face, and then 1d10 to that guy.
So another 6 damage. He is bloodied and gains adrenaline.
Okay, I'm going to focus on our bloodied fellow then for this 1d12 attack. And a random guy gets this. So, there we go.
8 damage to the third one. No, wait, 4 damage to the third one.
Yep. And then I'm focusing on black guy again. I wonder if I'm going to crit again.
Please don't. Okay, good.
Okay. So there we go.
That's an absurd amount of damage. Freaking crit fishing. Alright, so then your Protectron goes, right?
Yep. And because of the particulars of this ability, I'm actually going to have him give 20 life to Doc.
Thank you kindly.
Bam. Are you still... how badly hurt are you now?
At 77 out of 120.
Well, okay then. Igor gets to go. I'm going to use Quick Draw for 2 minor actions, and I'm going to use the energy from Quick Draw for magic missiles on the bloodied fellow. So that's 1d4 plus 1 times 4 on our bloodied friend. So I'm just going to... When Javolt works, he really works.
When Javolt gets lucky. Javolt is a super luck-based character.
Shouldn't that be at 60 health now?
For bloodied fellow, so... And that's my turn. And Javolt's like, see, this is power of science.
But shouldn't Doc be at 60 health instead of 70? Or did someone else heal him another 10?
Mm-hmm. So I started at 120.
Oh, you started at 120. Okay. I was not aware of that.
He's a little tougher than normal.
Alright, Igor went, right?
Yeah, because he got healed.
Yeah, okay. Daily route.
Cool. So I actually, my daily can't do anything. Bolt goes. Bolt will do 2d8 damage to whoever the most damaged enemy is at this point.
The raider most on the left, yeah.
Yep.
That's still standing. Oh, there's 7.
Cool. 7 damage.
He's starting to look pretty bad.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Just focus fire all the way. Doc.
All right. Focusing fire on the damaged one, same that Daly did. Buffalo Revolver again for 3d10. Number likes me. So that's 11. And I'm going to use minor action, Hidden Hoofblade. Basically rush for the kill. Do another 2d6 to it. 3.
Oof. Well, you rushed for the kill, but you just narrowly missed it.
Yeah.
All right, Trip.
Okay. I am I'm going to use HK Protocols Engaged. That does 1d12 damage and get 5 adrenaline. Let's see what that gets me. Okay, it's an 8. That's respectable.
And targeting.
I will target the one that needs a follow up.
Dead. The second raider is dead.
Okay, and there's a third one, right?
There's 2 more remaining.
2 more. Okay. Let's see.
They're both relatively healthy.
Right. And going to use a minor action, capacitor burst. My next single attack will deal 1d10, an additional 1d10 to whatever else I do, and that'll be it.
Okay. So, David.
Right. Now, I could do the same thing I did last time.
Nice.
Okay. But
All
I
right.
was going to ask if Jawa could use that to give someone a standard attack or a standard action. It looks like Zenkarn also wants that.
I don't need it. It's just
Oh.
gonna make everything like infinitely funnier.
Okay. Well, if I were to get it, then I would.
Well, thing is,
Probably.
daily route can't get it until. Wait, no, you can now.
Yeah, I can. I mostly just want it so I can boost up my energy a little bit before the next turn, so I can do almost 100 damage on
Yeah.
my next turn.
So if I am able to get the command attack, the extra standard action, then this turn I would probably go ahead and use Power Spark and Flame Blade. But before all that, probably use Quick Shot, then Power Spark, then Flame Blade, and then on the following, if I get the standard action, then I would use the Lightning Vortex. But yeah, if I don't get that, then I'll probably just do the same thing I did last turn.
So I guess Jawa, who do you think you're gonna? Can you do your give a free standard action thing? And if so, who you're gonna give it to?
Jawa, you okay?
Mute.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. How much damage has each person taken, or there's not really anyone who's in danger of health-wise right now, is there?
Not
right
really.
now, I don't think.
Okay. And the 2 raiders they're looking pretty healthy.
They're relatively healthy.
Either of them look less healthy than the other.
The one on the right is slightly less healthy, but it's a small margin.
I think I'm feeling like having Cupcake leap at the weaker one and give them a love hug.
What about? Well,
We're still
they're
discussing.
David hasn't taken his turn yet. They're asking you if you would use your command power to give one of them a free bonus standard attack. If you can still do that.
Oh yeah, I still have the ability to do it.
If you
If you want to.
I mean, I was initially thinking of giving it to Zenkarn, but I'm not sure I want to. That was before he mentioned that he was going to wait and just use it to power up. But
Over 8.
Yeah.
Still turn.
I mean,
if I were to get it, then I could do. I can do at least 7 damage and 3 ongoing.
I mean, does anyone think they can do some major damage to help? Get close to finish one of them off, or this turn?
that's what daily
what
route's
I'd like to do.
promising.
Well, I'm promising it
also what
on
I'm
my
trying to do.
turn, not on his.
Yeah, because if I do get it, then I'll go ahead and use Quick Shot to deal 7 damage, and then I'll use Power Spark to try and crit. I'll use Flame Blade to.
Sure, I will
buff
use
my
it
next
to give
attack.
it. I will use it and give it to Daily Route. I'll just
Oh.
make that happen.
Sweet.
All
All
In
right.
that case, I'll just do the same thing I did last turn then. So, yeah, 33 and 3 ongoing to the guy on the right.
All right. Roger. So, and then Cupcake uses the command
Yes, this turn Cupcake will choose to believe in Daily Route.
I have not rolled anything this combat.
You just deal solid damage.
I do.
Yeah.
You deal a third of a standard character's life without a roll.
Yeah.
Honestly, the less you roll in the system, the better off you are because of how like absurd health values get. But okay, if you're doing that, then I'll use standard action opener as Guard Break, which gives me +3 energy, so target creature loses all armor and resistance till the end of this turn. And then I'll use Red Lotus, which is reaction, use an opener power, you lose 7 life, which puts me up to 14 energy.
Oh, doggy.
This is gonna be great.
Okay. So the Raiders get to take their last turn. First one, the least damage of them. He's got so-and-so energy and adrenaline. So, he's going to go for an adrenaline rush. Kind of panicking under the fact that 2 of his comrades just died in a blaze, twin blazes of glory. Gaining a lot of adrenaline, actually. Very nice. And then he unleashes the pain upon, I'm going to say, David.
All right, so what was that?
22 damage coming your way.
All right. So then that puts me at, 78? Yeah. 78.
And that's that guy's contribution. And then the other one is going to basically do the same thing. Going to go for the adrenaline rush. And then deal an even stronger unleash the pain upon Javolt. 34 damage. But they don't have specials, so even though they crit, they don't get to trigger anything else. So now it comes back to Javolt. That's at the top of the turn order.
Finish them both before Zankar gets his thing.
Screw you. It's gonna be
That's
great.
he'd have to deal like 150 damage this turn.
That would be both hilarious and super disappointing.
It would. Okay. Well, it looks like it's not going to happen, so.
Javolt, you're up.
Crit chain, crit.
Jinx it.
Javolt, you might be having trouble with your mic. Yeah, you are. You might want to check and make sure you're using the right mic.
Trying, Javolt.
Javolt.exe has crashed.
Heck of a time, too.
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going to use Supercharge, like I just said. Deal 1d12 damage to yourself, flip a coin. If has, deal 1d8 damage to target creature.
Right. At least these powers don't blow yourself up quite as dramatically as they
The old
did.
system.
Well,
yeah.
They don't-
Alright.
Although the idea of Javolt taking himself out before he does an attack, it kind of seems like it would fit.
He's learned since then.
I seem to require assistance.
Right. So
Donkeys
now I
just
flip a
don't
coin.
explode like they used to.
So, which one's heads? 1 or 2?
Just call it.
It's
Okay,
either left or right.
1.
You're wrong.
Okay, so I still do have my spirit of my battle spirit.
Your summon, your conjuration, yeah.
Yeah. What's the situation look like? Who's damaged? Who's dead?
The one on the left, is looking still very healthy, and the one on the right is not quite bloodied, but almost.
How about us? Does anyone need serious help, or can I waste time attacking these people?
I've got 78 health, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
If we don't beat them, if Zenkarn doesn't finish them off, I can do plenty to help people out if they're in serious need.
Well, okay.
I won't be able to kill both of them, but one of them's going to die very hard.
I'm going for for the lead guy. He gets 11 damage, and my Tectron deactivates because there are only 3.
Wait, which one takes that damage?
The bloodied.
The almost bloodied
almost
one.
bloodied.
Yeah.
Now he's bloodied.
Okay. And
That means
now
he
we
probably
go
gets
back
some
to
adrenaline.
You would be
standard
correct.
Igor. Igor is going to do the quick draw, then wait, hold on. There. Quick draw, then 1d4 plus 1 times 4 on our blood friend. So
Right, that old combo.
I'm just getting all the numbers here. That's 15 damage, I think. Bloody did so. And that's my
All right. So it's daily route time.
And I do nothing in my turn.
All that build up.
No, okay, so first off, I'll use Key Surge, and then I'll use Red Looter, stealing myself another 7 damage, putting me down to 69. And also putting me up to 22 energy. Because I used a reaction, I'm going to use one of my finishes, Flurry of Blows, which is reaction, trigger, you use a combo power. It's minus X, so I'm going to spend all 22 of my energy. If X is 5 or more, deal 4 damage for each energy spent on this power instead. So I go to whoever's the most healthy, and I do 88 damage to them.
Yikes. 88. Oh, wow. So the radar on left goes from mostly okay to mostly dead.
What, only mostly dead?
Combo!
Kind of
Like
smear on the wall.
Like push him a little too hard and he'll fall over mostly dead.
Cool. So Bolt will go and do 2d8 damage to him.
Yeah, that knocks him over.
It's like if you breathe on him real hard, he falls over.
Didn't quite one-shot him, but yeah, pretty close to that. That's ridiculous.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't
does.
have all my level 7 traits that make monks ridiculously overpowered. But what can you do?
Doc, there's only one raider left. And he's at about a quarter
Alright.
health.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and use the defibrillator, just lightning vortex. Roll a d6, gain the corresponding result. D6. Alright, so odd, deal 2d20 damage to target creature.
Yep.
Maybe this will do something. Hey, not bad.
That is extremely close, but he is still alive. Trip?
Yeah, I think I can probably do something.
Unless you have enough to rush for the kill.
I do have 1 point left.
But you need 2, so.
Let me make sure I did my math right. Okay. I am going to use HK protocols again for a single attack. 1d12, gain 5 adrenaline, so that's up to 13. Very pitiful damage.
3?
Yes, but
He's
I
dead.
also- oh, okay.
The last raider is dead. You win.
Okay, because I was gonna say that
Yay.
I had the what's it plus D10, but I guess I didn't need it.
Well, that was.
All right, good fight, everyone.
So now
See,
they're
this is rather problematic. If we had left one of them alive, we could have at least asked where they took Monitor.
there's
Plenty more outside.
one that had been sort of looking on from the stairwell, kind of jumps a little bit and trips over his hooves trying to run for it.
Extendo Claw.
You just reach out and I'll just let you do it. You just reach out and grab him and pull him back.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Ah,
Do you speak English? Because that was a rather, or Equish. What language are we speaking right now?
don't think
I
about it
forget.
too hard. Yes, I do.
Yes,
Do you-
terribly sorry about death. I did try to ask them to stop, but you know how it is in the wastelands.
He's-
What do you
he's
want?
hos-
Them back.
He's hostile right now, right?
He's
No.
kind of afraid, very afraid. So
Could I use my soothing voice equivalent to make him cooperate?
you
We're just looking for a
probably-
bit of equipment that got
He's-
misplaced.
he's just hostile enough that would probably work. Yeah.
Okay, then Cupcake. Then I will use Everyone Loves a Love Cat. Cupcake will will try and befriend him with love cookies and tea.
He has to make a will check, DC of 20 plus 3, your level. So,
I imagine these love cookies and tea just pop into existence.
yeah, they do. Just pulls them out of hammer space.
Pretty much.
He is not quite very willful, so he does not clear your DC, and he is no longer in any way hostile to you. He's kind of like, oh,
Now, we're looking for a bit of equipment that got misplaced.
you mean the big computery things?
Yes.
Yeah, those are in the loading bay of the museum.
I see. Well, of course, we apologize for, the unnecessary death. Honestly.
What did you do to how did you get past the hologram?
We asked politely.
What?
Don't
Cupcake
question
will-
it.
Cupcake will nod furiously to encourage that.
It was that easy for all these years?
Well, no, it was degraded. We did have to ask a couple of times, and we had to ask directly, if you catch my drift.
No.
It's a programming joke.
He hacked it.
Pseudo, make me a sandwich.
Anyway,
Okay.
we'll just
How
take
are
what
we
we
supposed to
can
get
for-
meat now, though?
Be non-lazy.
You do realize there are certain medical issues depending on the source of meat.
We cook it, though.
Raise rad roaches.
Wait, rat
How long-
roaches?
How long have you been eating, ponies, out of curiosity?
For a while, since I joined up.
So, are there children raised on this, is my question?
No. I mean, we've only been here like 2 or 3 years. I mean, we figuring out how to survive in the radiation and figure out how to deal with the hologram took a while. And then, a lot of ponies died, and it's only recently that we finally have got the system working of hologram kills people, then we harvest them, and we just got this.
Oh,
We just got this working.
Yeah, I can see a problem, but
Hey, it's not ideal, but you gotta stake your place somewhere, and as long as it's basically like having perfect protection. As long as you
Dragon's Maw.
what
You
that
heard what happened.
that super cursed place. Why would you go down there?
Well, actually, all the curses have been lifted.
What? Really?
Yes. I mean, there are dragons there now, but they're mostly nice.
Oh, never
You
mind
don't
then.
provoke them.
Oh.
And
We'll
they're
write
not
on a board
just
and say-
dragons.
I come from the Dragon Mon. There are many more like me down there.
Wait, you can talk? Oh,
No, he wrote down on a
you wrote it
board.
down. All right.
That would have
Yes,
been
he's
really
actually
funny.
quite intelligent. Yes,
I
he
guess
bakes
if
the cookie.
Well, I mean, without the hologram doing the free killing and protection, and all that's really around here is radiation and everything else we've already kind of loaded, we might just end up moving out anyway.
Yes. Actually, we do have a ride back.
You're not doing what I'm thinking you're doing.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
I don't think Chase is going to let a bunch of raiders onto the ship. I don't think that's going to happen, just out of character.
Well, fair point. Admittedly, it might be best if you didn't come with us because, well, some of the people we travel with are a little sensitive to certain realities of the wastelands. They would not react very politely if you informed them of your prior source of sustenance, is what I'm saying.
You don't need to tell me that.
So we'll get what we came for, we'll walk out, and we'll be out of your hair. Mane hairs. Tail hairs.
They get the point.
Fine. You took down the boss, so the rest of us will give you room. Just get out of here before anyone else gets brave.
I did try to talk him down.
Yeah, we're not really the talking type around here.
Yes, well.
But yeah, just go down to the loading bay and just get out.
So Javolt heads into the loading bay.
Following.
All right.
He's very happy he doesn't have to eat.
So you managed to, without any other interruptions or fanfare, you managed to make your way down to the museum's loading bay, and lo and behold, roped, tied to a big wooden pallet is Monitor's server banks.
Whoever Cupcake is just going to grab the beacon from wherever it is, run over, and stick it to Monitor.
Well, currently it's under a roof, so there's a bit of a coverage problem. But yes, the beacon activates.
Right, so we just drag this out, and we're golden.
Yep.
Just have Trip break down the wall and push it out.
Well, there's a exit to the loading bay, so.
Yeah, but that's less fun.
You have a point there.
Character.
Besides, it would be a shame to destroy the more than it already has been. I wonder if we can take the hologram with us.
No.
It's a pretty
transport a hologram.
It's a pretty complex installation.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, if we could attach the hologram to Monitor, she could move around, sort of.
That's an entirely different mission for another day.
Yeah. I suppose. Anyway.
All right. Drag this thing back.
So, yeah, you drag it outside. Skyfall flies overhead, sending the already pretty panicky Metalhead Raiders scattering, fleeing into their various houses and whatnot, so they don't get bombed by this giant enclave cloud ship or whatever. And you are successfully extracted. Mission complete.
Yay!
Wow.
Good job, everyone.
We did a thing.
A thing was done.
And I took a thing.
All right.
Thing was recovered.
Yay.
You've successfully rescued Monitor. And Javolt, when you do quick diagnostics, you see that the computer hardware has taken a few dings, but is otherwise all right. Monitor is intact.
Yay!
I broke down a
That's
door.
actually pretty good. What?
Yep.
What did you just say?
I said I broke down a door.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I tanked the boss for you guys.
Yeah, that you did.
We could just fly the city can just fly over to the stable where it was going and do a direct delivery then, can't it?
Well, for now, the thing is that the stable's still in lockdown. We still have to figure out what happened to stable 998.
Understood.
Yeah.
But that's for another time. For now, that's the end of the October 2016 SpudShot. Thank you, all of you, for playing.
Yay!
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for hosting, Spud.
If you want to try and get in on this, if you've got a microphone and if you're comfortable playing, if you got the time, if you donate even $1 to my Patreon, patreon.com/Newbiespud, you can join in too. It might be more Fallout Equestria, it might be something else, depends on my muse that month. But either way, thanks for listening, and see you in November.
Don't make a Javolt clone.
Good advice, just in general. Javolt,
Well, I mean, where would get the genetic material?
No. I mean in terms of character.
He knows.
we know.